Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jeannie and I'm not fully ready to jump into all Christmas manis, but I figured since Thanksgiving was already over, now was a safe time to use this trio. So Vivid Glam Co recently released a holiday trio drop-in and these colors are just so gorgeous that I was so excited to use them. So I may not be fully into Christmas manis, but we're gonna dip my toe in and do this all-out Christmas mani today. Before we jump into the mani, I just wanted to show you my right hand. So these are the Macart Pump Up Full Coverage tips that I applied using the Macart nail glue, gel nail glue. So I just wanted to show you how they're holding up. So at this point, they've been on for 2 weeks. They're holding on really strong, no signs of lifting, and I've popped off a couple of manis. So usually with the peel base, I will start getting lifting if I'm a little too aggressive removing them. So I just wanted to give you a quick little update on how those tips are doing. So definitely very impressed with them so far. I'm going to start with I like them real thick and sprucey, and I absolutely love that name. I love when companies get unique with names, and I especially love puns. I love that Logan does that a lot. And you can't tell me when you saw the name of this dip that you didn't sing that in your head. Every time I see this dip, that's what happens in my head is I just can't help it and I sing it. Obviously, I won't subject you to that, but I don't know. It's just such a fun name and it's such a fun glitter. So this glitter is definitely unique to my collection. So it's little circle glitter. So you've got the green predominantly, which you can see in the jar, but it's also got white and red little circle glitters, and they're really small. So I wouldn't consider this like a chunky glitter. It's really easy to use, and it lays flat, so you don't have to worry about that. And then I just anything that's kind of overlapping, spilling over to my cuticle area, I may push that in a little bit just to keep a cleaner cuticle line. But super easy to manage, super easy to work with, and just so unique. I absolutely love this color. And actually all of the dips in this trio are all glitters, but I kind of love an all glitter mani. It's a little extra, I know, but it's Christmas, so I think you can kind of go a little more extra and a little more all out around the holidays. I am doing a second dip of this just out of habit, but I almost feel like one dip was enough. Like probably could have done just like a little bit of glitter placement if there were any small areas that were missing some glitter, but really for the most part, it was one coat coverage. But I think just out of habit, I did 2 full dips of this, but it really wasn't necessary. Is it just me, or does this dip totally remind you of Christmas trees? When I look at my finger, I just see a Christmas tree, and I think that's so fun. And I would love to wear this on all 5 fingers, but to be completely honest, I probably won't have enough time to be able to do that before Christmas, just because I have way too many dips and not enough time and not enough hands. But I love it that much. So maybe next year, or maybe I'll be able to squeeze it in. We'll see. But, speaking of Christmas trees, I'm curious, it's after Thanksgiving. Is your Christmas tree up? Do you have a Christmas tree? And then the real question, real or fake? So I love real Christmas trees. I recognize that they're super messy, but there's just something about the smell of real Christmas trees that I really, really love. But my husband, he doesn't like the mess, and, he has to bring that into the house and he gets sap all over his finger. So he really advocates for getting a fake Christmas tree. But I don't know, it's just not the same to me. I know it's easier, but there's something about a real Christmas tree that I love. So we kind of compromise and we get just a small real Christmas tree. So it's not anything huge, maybe like 2-3 feet, something that can sit on like a small table that we could use. So that's kind of the compromise we have, but curious on what you do. Do you get a real Christmas tree or do you get a fake Christmas tree? And either way, is it up yet? Because I'm not gonna lie, we still don't have a Christmas tree yet. Usually I like to wait till the beginning of December to get a tree. So I'll have to move on that really soon to be able to get a tree. I know the lot over by my house opened up, I think, on Black Friday. So I probably need to get a tree sooner rather than later before all the good trees are taken up. Honestly, I don't even know how it's the holiday season already. I feel like we just celebrated New Year's 2022, and all of a sudden, by the time this video uploads, we're in December. I don't know where the year went, and it's just crazy to me. And I think that's why I don't really feel like it's the holidays just yet, because I feel like the year just started, but really it's just ending. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. I guess that's one of the side effects of getting older is just time flies. So getting back to the mani before I go on too far of a tangent, what I'm doing with this glitter naughty list is because it's a chunkier glitter, I'm actually doing my normal chunky glitter method. So I'm using my Dipped in Chaos, and for my first layer, I poured over, and that way I'm catching more of the finer glitters, the acrylic powder, and less of the chunky glitters. And then for the second layer is when I actually lay my finger directly into the glitter, and that way I'm picking up more of the chunky glitters for my final layer. And that really helps control any bulkiness. And you'll notice here, after I finish dipping, I like to kind of move around the glitters. So if it's sticking up past my cuticle, I may try to push that in. If you push it in and it's not sticking, just remove it and you can do some glitter placement later. But, just kind of working with the chunky glitters, it takes a little getting used to, but it can be fairly easy. You just have to learn how to work with it. So I like to do glitter placement. Rather than fighting with the chunky glitters, it's easier just to do a little bit of placement afterwards. So right now, you can't really see the true beauty of this glitter because it's got that powder mixed in and it looks a little duller. I mean, you can see kind of the shine of the red glitters, but it's a little dulled by the powder. But I gasped out loud. This one really took me by surprise. I mean, it is stunning. It is a wow glitter. So in a second, I'm going to get to my pinky to show you just a little bit of glitter placement I did. And look at this. When you apply the dip base on top, it just brings out that glitter and makes it pop. Like, wow, it is so stunning. I actually had to spend several days in the office for work when I was wearing this mani, and I have gotten so many compliments on it. Not only have I gotten so many compliments on it, I was sitting there talking to one of my coworkers, just chatting about who knows what, and he was actually like, I can't stop looking at your hand. He was saying that the glitter just really caught his attention because I talk with my hands a little bit. I'm not that bad, but I do tend to talk with my hands. And he was saying that the glitter really caught his eye and kind of distracted him. So I take that as a compliment because it's just so pretty. I went ahead and dumped the rest of Nice List into my Dipped in Chaos. Look at that beautiful silver hollow because I'm going to do a glitter ombre on my index finger. So I'm using an eyeshadow brush and pink glass is going to be my clear. And you can see here, this is back when Vivid Glam Co was Vivid Dip. So that's how old this jar is. But pink glass is my absolute favorite to use for glitter ombres just because it's that slight hint of color that elevates it, but it doesn't add too much color where it looks odd. So I would highly recommend it. So I just applied a full layer of dip base to my nail and my fingers pointed a little bit upwards. So at my free edge, I'm tapping on the glitter and I'm just letting that fade more towards like the middle of my nail, maybe a little bit past, and just patting that down a little bit. And then once I've got that in place, I'll do a second layer, so don't worry about it being perfect. I'm just gonna pour over my pink glass into the wet dip base. So because it's not another color, it's not another glitter, I don't have to worry about using an eyeshadow brush. I can just pour over that pink glass to absorb the rest of that wet dip base. So while that's drying, I'm going to go in with my second layer of glitter on my middle finger. And so I'm going to apply my layer of dip base, and I'm going to lay my middle finger into that glitter because this is when I want to pick up more of those chunky glitters. So this as well is another chunky glitter, but I don't even mind because it's all just so beautiful. Before I go in with the second layer on my index finger, I'm going to use my stiff scrub brush to scrub that. So anytime I'm doing a clear or any sheer color, I always recommend using a stiff scrub brush to get off any of that excess powder. So that helps reduce any graininess or cloudiness that you may have. I really haven't had any issues with pink glass, but I just think it's better to play it safe with any sheer colors because you run more of a risk of cloudiness or graininess when a color is sheer. So that's why I'm doing that. Or else typically I always just use just a regular fluffy dust brush to dust off excess powders. I'm going to go ahead and cap my nails in clear, and I do like to keep a separate jar for glitters and for solids. So what you see here is I just refill my smaller jar with my larger jar. So I'm going to scrub everything off with a stiff scrub brush once my clear has been dried, and then I'm going to do the baggy trick for my glitters because they are chunkier. So I'm going to apply my layer of activator, and then once it's dry, I'm going to take the baggie, and you can see I'm kind of testing it here to make sure my baggie doesn't stick. So you want to find that perfect time where your activator is dry enough to where you can apply a baggie to it without it sticking, but not too dry to where it won't work. And then you're going to press down. So that's going to help lay down those glitters flatter so you won't file into them. I didn't really have to do it for this green glitter, but I went ahead and did it anyway because I was doing it for all the nails. You can see here how smooth it is. So just test out first, make sure your baggie isn't going to stick. And then once you find that spot, go ahead and press down with the baggie to lay those glitters down flatter. Total game changer, seriously. So you can see here my nail was a little bit sticky, so the baggie stuck a little bit, so you know that it's too soon to press down with the baggie. So I'll just give that another second and then I will press down. So I went ahead and filed and buffed off camera, which was really quick and easy. And of course, you know me, I decided I wanted a little something extra. So I'm using these Pampered Pretty Waterslide Decals. So I don't want to go too crazy because the glitters already are stunning on their own, but just a little something. So I'm going to use right here these holly, mistletoe. Is it holly or mistletoe? I think it's holly, but correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, so I'm going to cut as close to the decal as possible. You don't have to be exact, but you want to cut as close to it as possible because you want as little material as possible because that's less you have to deal with and struggle with getting to lay flat. So I've got that cut out, and then I'm going to do this using no gels. So I'm using my Maniology sticky base coat, and I'm going to apply a layer of that to my index finger. So that's going to give my Waterslide decal something to adhere to because you need something sticky. So you can use gel base coat, cure it for 30 seconds, or you can use this sticky base coat, which is an air dry. So it's not a gel. So if you have an allergy to gel, you can use this. So I'm going to dunk my Waterslide decal in my water dish, and I'm going to let it sit for 10-15 seconds at the most. It doesn't take long at all, and then I will be using my jelly stamper to help adhere it. I find that that helps me lay my Waterslide decal flatter and prevent wrinkles. So that's why I like to use my jelly stamper. So once it's been 10 seconds, I'm just going to blot off my Waterslide decal on my lint-free wipe. I want to get out any of that excess water because you don't want it to be too wet. So I'm just going to pick that up with my stamper, gently remove the backing to the decal, blot out any excess water again, and then I'll do like stamping. I'll kind of see where I want to place it, and then I will press the stamper against my nail and it'll stick because of that sticky base coat. So I'm going to do the same thing to my middle finger as well, and I will just let you watch this one. Because I'm going to use dip top coat instead of gels, I need to protect these Waterslide decals because they are so delicate. So if I went straight in with activator, it would actually melt the decals. So what I'm doing is I'm actually capping these nails in clear. So I am applying a thin layer of dip base to my nails and then dipping in clear. And then once that's dry and I give it a good scrub, I can go ahead and activate those nails. But you definitely don't want to activate straight on top of your Waterslide decals. If you don't want to cap in clear, you could also apply a layer of smudge-free top coat, which Maniology has a smudge-free top coat, or Dipalicious has one as well, and then you can gently activate on top of that, but I don't think it looks as good. I prefer to cap in clear. So I activated, and now I'm just giving it a really quick file and buff. It doesn't really require much because I've already done that. Just to even it out a little bit, I like to just do just a little bit of buffing before I go in with my dip top coat. So once that's complete, I'll apply my final layer of activator to all my nails, which look at how beautiful pink glass is. It looks clear, but it's just like a little bit better than clear. So activator, I'm going to wait my 2 minutes for my activator to dry, and then we will get to top coat, which is my favorite part. And because these glitters are so pretty, I'm zooming in. Just look at how gorgeous these glitters are. I don't know about you, but I just love seeing those glitters come to life. So as usual, I'm going to finish up my mani by rehydrating my cuticle. So I'm using my Scales of a Mermaid cuticle oil, and this is one of her new release scents, Desire Me. And I absolutely love it. I don't know. I always have to buy everything that Scales of a Mermaid releases because I just love her products and her scents. I just think they are so unique and I love using them. If you haven't tried Scales of a Mermaid yet and you're looking for a good cuticle oil, I would highly recommend this company. You can't go wrong. All her products are so wonderful. So here's my finished look. What do you think? It looks like Christmas exploded on my nails, and I'm not even sorry because I am obsessed with this trio. And Naughty List, this red glitter right here, just look at it. I cannot stop staring at it. It is just so beautiful, and I think good even for it'd be really great for Valentine's Day as well. It doesn't have to be just for Christmas, but I just love this trio so much, and it just screams Christmas to me. I'm still not ready to do all Christmas manis just yet, but I think this was a really good start into it, and I just had to use this trio, so I'm definitely glad that I went ahead and used this. So hopefully you pick this up as well because it is just so gorgeous. And then I know some of you have been wanting to see using Waterslide decals without gels. So I hope this was helpful for you. And if there's anything else like this that you'd like to see, please let me know because I'd be happy to do a video for you as well. So if you did find this helpful or you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it also helps YouTube recommend me to others. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.